Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to Spicy Updates with Lovely On. I hope you guys are doing okay. You guys make sure you hit the like button. Thank you so much for doing that. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Wow, Kelly Ray has spilled it all. Yeah, this exclusive interview, media rounds has started, and Kelly Ray he has had his session with Ibuka. Guys, a lot were said in that particular interview, and I'm going to be walking you guys through the whole thing that was said. Okay, now Kellyre explains a whole lot of things, the strategy, the whole handy thing, and all. Like anyone, I remember I am going to be telling you people in this particular video. Now, coming to the house as a couple, but then disguised as friends or as besties, the young man said that he had to do that. That when you know how your home is, you know how to brace up. So it was a strategy, and he needed to stand by it. In fact, that is why a whole lot of persons are saying no loose garden. You know, a lot of like some of these there are brands that sponsored them, especially some of the tags. If you see their post, they'll say Kelly Red, I did not lose guard. Yes. So because he knew what they were in for, you're in to play a game, and it's a game of luck, it's a game of chance. So you just have to do whatever you have to do for you to do what. So I've known my wife all this while, and I know it hasn't really been easy. You just got married, and the next thing you're on a show, but you just have to exhibit that self-control. He said he really had to control himself. There are times that Cassia would want, you guys know, we saw all those moments, but then he had to like always remind her. So he talked about all the whole Cassia, Femi, and all that. This young man has said he was never jealous, but the only thing is he was like, limit the way you play with them. Because there's a way you play with somebody, and they will get it that, oh, this person actually wants me to play with her. And when they start playing with you, it will not really be okay, it will not be fine. So now, you guys, this young man is very, very intelligent, super intelligent. And if there is one thing I love about him is his calmness, even in answering these questions, and the way he's being very objective about the whole thing. Okay. Now, Kelly had mentioned that him being in the house, always doing whatever he did for Cassia, is just his person. That he could remember at one time he dated, he had a girlfriend one time, that was before Cassia, that while they were still in school, that even when he had broken up with the person's cousin was like, oh, Kelly has made you lazy. That is him. He feels if this person is doing another thing, why shouldn't I do the other one? I told you earlier that Ebuka had posted something today, like his wife got back from work, she was so tired, and the wife was like, the house is sparkling, you clean the house today. I'm like, Ebuka, you're learning from double K. Well, you guys, Ebuka had mentioned that seriously, Kelly Ray, you have caused problem in homes because a lot of women are now comparing the way you treated your wife to the way their husbands treating them. Now he talked about his reactions, because Ibuka had asked him, how come that you never reacted? Does it mean that those things weren't paining you, or does it mean that? So he mentioned, he gave instance with him and Wani. You guys remember the whole meat stuff. He told Ibuka that as long as it's a woman that is a lady, he is not that person that wants to have altercation with a woman or a lady. And at that point, Cassia was already involved in the whole thing. So why would he put himself, while Cassia is there? Yeah, so anything that has to, now I can see why the day Ruti, Dami, and the rest of them were doing all of that. He didn't just like women, because if you put mask, now you they go face. So Oga Kukuma went upstairs to go and stay. So he said that was why he didn't really like confront Wani, because people were thinking, even when you push him, he will not talk. Even when you do this thing, does it mean that he's just pretending, he's not revealing out his real person? He said never. But if he was a guy, and he had gave instances where OC and OZ had done something, but these are people he respected, and he was like, okay, there's a limit to what I can take. You remember when the day OC said that for the past how many weeks he has really been poking Kelly Rebel. Immediately he mentioned Cassia's name. He lost it. He said yes because it had to do with the whole meat pie thing. OC was like, Cassia took 8, and he was explaining to OC that she only took 3, one meat pie, fish pie, and the other one. And he's 3 times 2, meaning for Cassia and himself. But OC misunderstood it and he was still standing on it. So he was trying to correct him, and I think he raised his voice, and he also mentioned an instance where he also with Ozzy, but then that the way twins were like people he respected so much. And so Ibuka had asked if it seems as though the housemates are kind of scared of them by the way twins. And he said, not really. For him, he isn't scared of them, but he perceives them like this big brother. I think they are the oldest in the house. So he just kind of accords them that respect. So it's not like, everything he did at that point was because nobody actually brought the wahala to him, you guys. So, like, if anybody had brought it to him, guys, that was when you guys would have seen him. But then, nobody really brought that to him. And, so Ebuka came to the whole Handi situation. And he had mentioned that, yes, one time that he had to tell Femi that he liked the girls in the house because he didn't want to because there was a day Femi was talking with Cassia and he called Cassia out. So after he finished talking with Cassia, he asked Cassia to go back to Femi so that it won't create an impression that he just pulled her out and people will start suspecting, why is he being overly protective of Cassia and all that? So, but then the reason he had to ask Cassia to go back is that so that, they won't create any form of thing and that they handy. So he had to like mention to him, I like 2 girls in the house, so Handi and Anita. That though when he came initially, he just loved their personality, but he doesn't think he wanted anything, and he knows that that would be very disrespectful to Cassia, and Cassia will not like it. Had it been is anything like that, he knows Cassia, she would have flared up in the house. So invariably, whatever people are perceiving, there is nothing there. He's just normal, and was even part of the reason they didn't tell the housemates they were married so that they can feel free, because there were points Cassia also danced with people and he himself, the truths are there, the lamp dance and all that. So it's if people had clocked them to be married, nobody would want to dance with them because to be like, oh, he's a married man or she's a married woman, you guys know that kind of thing. But then at the end of the day, they had to just play the game. So Ebuka brought the whole Brazil issue. Said, the whole Brazil, even Cassia mentioned it. So what's up? He said, yeah, it's because after their wedding, they were still like settling things, bills, paying off bills, and trying to secure an apartment and all of that. So they didn't really get the opportunity to have their honeymoon. And before you know it, this Big Brother auditioning came and every other thing. So they were just concentrating on it. Okay, that even one time they wanted to buy I think sort of furnitures for the house or something. So then when Big Brother came, he just told Cassia, man, this is our honeymoon. Like, we're going to have a honeymoon here. That despite that, yes, they didn't really have that time to stay together, because Ibuka still asked him, how does it really feel like, being in the house with your person? But of course, he didn't have to lose guard because you know why you're there for a reason. Now they are out. And I know it's they stopped since yesterday. So he told Ibuka that they've really had their honeymoon in the house, and what more can you ask for? That you went on a honeymoon, you came out with a 40 million car and 60 million naira cash. That's enough honeymoon. But then, and honeymoon, no, they finish. Continue with honeymoon all their life. So as long as there is life. Like, guys, I really enjoyed every part of that interview with Ibuka. I'm not going to lie to you people. Seriously, I'm not going to lie to you people. I really enjoyed it. But then, you guys know the way it is. If you want to get the two, these things I just summarized there is almost like 30 something minutes. So, you guys know how it is. And he talked about the win. At some point, Kelly said he never saw himself winning in the house. Lie. He never did that. But being up for nomination all the time. Like, what is it that I'm doing? Says that probably people like us, probably this, but then you won't say that, oh, I saw myself. And being the top two with Wani, he just felt maybe Wani would take it because, history of Big Brother, the way they play, this, that. He feels these are the kind of people they will like, especially with the Tosa store, right? But then that's just it. See you guys, share your thoughts in the comments. See you in my next video. Bye.